Welcome to Welcome to สวัสดีการマインドセットさんチャンネルどのパフパフはいです
I have always wanted to execute someone who's in the middle of a gay blowjob.
Hello, what up, nerds?
What's going on, guys? Hope you guys enjoyed that intro. There's some stuff that I found really cool. And thank you for those clips, especially the Face Connect lore clip there. Good to see you guys. Let's freaking go. Late Night Live here on the Regal Minds, guys. WARNS. The awesome. Yeah, it's good to be back, guys. I've been really busy, been running around, doing a lot of stuff. It's been a crazy last couple days, but it's good to be back in the studio. And of course, we've got more Nijisanji drama to talk about, and not drama, as in them getting in legal trouble, right? Which apparently, according to the Niji sisters, is drama. So we'll talk about that. But really importantly, and this is something that I think is critical for everybody, we've got some new emojis, right? So if you are a member, you definitely have access to them. So make sure you're using them. And actually, it is 3. So 2 of them are fresh off the press. And one of them was one that I admittedly had for a while, and I forgot to upload it. So mi scusi. But we're going to get to all of those. So let me show you what we got in the house that is completely new. Some of you are already spamming it in the chat. And it's none other than our favorite. Long man. So we've got over here, we've got our long emoji, right? Looking here real good in nice bubblegum color there, keeping it long. That is keyword long, right? And then we've got over here, and let me just actually, I think I can just share the screen. We've got our man. So with the man keyword is the long man here. Great detail on the long man. Really good detail on this. Good job to my artist that did that. Look at the detail they got on the actual wrapper. This is actually really cool. This artist did a good job. So we got that one. And then last but not least, definitely not least, we've got an updated
Fucking monkey.
This is one I had done a while ago, and I'll be real with you guys. The reason why I had this one done was because the last version looked really similar to the fan art that was done of Pakura's monkey in the courtroom. So I wanted to get one that was clearly different. And I had spoken to the artist about it, and we, he had a misunderstanding in it originally. He thought that I just like copied the image from the fan art and like copy pasted it or something, which is not what I did. What I did was I got my own artist to make something inspired by that. Right. So this one, it's clearly different. It's clearly not like the fan art. I've actually had this for like a month. I just forgot to upload it, to be completely honest. But the monkey is looking good. Look how good this monkey looks. Really official looking monkey. So yes, guys, your super chat dollars do go towards investments in new emojis very often. So thank you for that. Disregard said, need you graduating from Black Company to Lethal Company. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that today for sure. It says the late man. Repton, I've got some words for you.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I'm just saying, just saying. Hypnotic and Rapture says, as any color endanger the youth, why not recommend 53% alcohol rice wine to them while they're at it with their vile behavior? Oof. Yeah, we're going to get into the product warning, which has been put out on their products. Really interesting with that. Also, some minor news we're going to cover in the beginning and some other clips and other stuff we'll get thrown in there throughout the day. We've got some good stuff here today. And actually, let me put up this we'll put it up in news mode while we're going through these. There you go. 0 days, guys. 0 days for this game. Right. It's always something with Nijisanji. Sundari Seekers says, wow, more Niji drama. Shocked Pikachu. At this point, it's like every single day. I don't have to try very hard because they just do it to themselves. It's a cell phone. Shoyu says, well, I guess Legal Mindset will be 15 minutes late. Nope. No. Under 15. Under 15. When you say long man, I think Mahler is in Japanese bubblegum commercials. I'm confused, Thomas Stein. So do I have to, is there something I need to ask Mahler about? Free content. Oh yeah. They just give me the content. Seriously, this is what $7 an hour gets you. Indeed, Mbon. Good to see you, brother. Geo Rock says, welcome to Watch Mojo. Today we'll be counting the top 10 fuck-ups of Nijisanji. Let me do it again. Welcome to Watch Mojo. Today we'll be counting the top 10 fuck-ups of Nijisanji. There you go. Gotta get a little smoother when you do it that way. Walt says, Rima told us to tell you to check your DMs. We know you'll get it later. This is only energy drink alcohol, possibly deadly. It tastes like shit. Yeah, we'll get to that in 1 second. I have talked to Rima. Me and Based Horse Girl are on like Donkey Kong. I'm going to be riding her hard. And by riding her hard, it is not what you...
Degenerates. You guys degenerates.
It's a different type of ride. That means on her Dodo-thon, I will be joining her as a special guest to be joining the Based Horse Girl on that one. So big shout out to Rima. Much love for her. I will be collabing with her later, and hopefully I can be collabing with a lot of folks in the sphere. I really do love coming on other people's shows. I love doing collaborations. So super excited for that. Tom Stein says he is a long man. His videos are long. This is true. Mahler is also known as Long Man. Really? We have to fight. There can only be one. There can only be one long man. Only one of us is going to make it out of here alive. I did not know that. Oh, also, hey, Danielle. Good to see that my mod is awake. All right. So let's get to it. A little minor news here. This is super minor news. But we've got here some news on AnyLive. So this is something I covered the other day on this app, and I just want to cover this real quick. It's not a major thing, but this is Captain, who's the AnyLive CEO, with their app saying that based on feedback during closed alpha, we significantly increased the priority of our Android app. It will take more time. We appreciate your patience. I believe AnyLive is the only streaming platform that considers EN VTubers its most important customers. I don't know if this is true, actually. Well, maybe, hold on. Streaming platform that considers EN VTubers. Okay, I guess that's really specific. So yeah, fine. You're making a very specific streaming platform. Typically that's a problem because then you're just focused on one market and can't sustain your app. But okay, sure. But they've got this, picture here where they're clearly, trying to get Android development working. So hopefully you guys can send stuff to your waifus very soon via the app. So hopefully that thing gets going. All right, Hanzo, thank you for the 5 Legal Mindset memberships. I really appreciate that.
Hello, Beso Department.
Absolutely base supporting the channel. Thank you so much. Pippa is a long feet woman. Well, aren't all rabbits long-footed? Aren't all rabbits long-footed? Just saying. She is the Yabbit, so I mean, this fits her character, fits her role. It's very in character, right? Speaking of in character, have you guys seen Rima's latest controversial statement? I didn't know what to do with this, but the Azahara channel, they posted this clip here. I don't know if you guys have seen this, and this is to me very disturbing.
I love shoving things into my ass.
Wait,
I
what?
love shoving things into my ass.
Rima, what have they done to you? What have they done to you, Rima? No, say it ain't so, Rima.
Disgusting.
You were there, so it's I saw this. I was there. It's like poor Rima. I'll still collab with you, Rima. But Rima, come on, Rima. Horses in the chat. Thank you guys. Oh, okay. All right. So let's get to our main topic. Our main topic today is, of course, Nijisanji and yet another fuck up. And we're going to, I'll show you quickly the stream in which it was on. It was on the Kuzuha channel, right? The Kuzuha channel over here on YouTube. And this is the collaboration stream that was kind of problematic. It's got 159K views. So, you know, you've got a good amount there of views on the channel. Of course, the channel has 1.73 million subscribers. So only pulling in less than 10%. But, you know, hey, it is what it is in terms of views. That said, they did this collaboration between ASAP Club and Nijisanji EN, right? So they've got this collaboration where they've got this art on the cans, right? So you've got the cans here, you got the art on the cans, right? Kind of paused it here so you guys can see this. Obviously, this is a type of merch collaboration, and not necessarily the most, you know, not necessarily if this was just the art alone. The art's pretty standard. The art isn't that risque. I think the issue is, and this is an issue for a lot of other things. Oh yeah, of course, Pippa's in my recommended shorts. Come on, guys. Come on. This is my recommended shorts is Pippa and Freerin right here. So this tells you what. And probably Freerin is there. I'm gonna tattle on myself real quick as why Freerin is probably in the, if you guys haven't stalked me on Twitter, I recommend you do that. The reason why Freerin is probably trending is because I literally just responded to this on Twitter. And this is one I've already responded to, but I did it again, which was this post by my good friend Brandon, the anime guy, was it's making the rounds again. Choose wisely. Characters from Freerin. And of course, your boy went with 2 and 5 because I like to live dangerously. Just saying. But that's probably why that's recommended to me in shorts right now. But anyways, off topic, guys, distracting me. Now, Nijisanji, opposite of boobs. So right here, you've got this product. This product was an energy drink, and the issue is that they are encouraging mixing this with alcohol. And when you go over to what you have here is the stream and kind of going through this as dissected by PTYEN, People to Yell. These guys are fantastic. They hit me up in my DMs. They give me a lot of information. They're great guys. They're super based. And also, they're one of the few Japanese language outlets that's putting stuff out for the Japanese to see. So this stuff is all translated into Japanese. In fact, that's the native language on this. I've translated it to English. This is the English version. But these guys are informing the people of Japan how fucked up Nijisanji is. And they're one of the only outlets that's doing that. So shout out to PTY. This is pty.en. Now, they have pty.jp. That's the Japanese version right there. So the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, the MAFF, released a post on May 8th warning people to stop drinking caffeinated beverage with alcohol in response to the collaboration between VTuber group Nijisanji and the energy drink ASAP. Now, what were they encouraging? They were encouraging you to take this energy drink and mix it with chamisol. Right now, I lived in Korea for 3 years, as you guys know. Korea was really fun. I had a hell of a good time there. And I did mix a lot of stuff with chamisol. Now, I actually like chamisol. Chamisol's, it's not my favorite. I actually prefer charm. It's my favorite soju that I would mix. And in Korea, oftentimes you get these ice cups. So they're like a cup of ice, and you mix some sort of soju, which is generally clear, near flavorless. You mix that with some sort of juice or maybe coffee or maybe something else, right? And, you get a mixed drink. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. The problem is, if you guys know anything about Four Loko, and I see some of you in the chat that have known about this, I see some of you there in the chat. There was kind of an issue with this in the US. The rise and fall of Four Loko. So this was a caffeinated alcohol drink, Four Loko. Some of you will remember this, some of you might not. If you were a little bit older, you probably definitely remember this. Now, with Four Loko, quickly, between the product came out in 2005, 2006, right? And by 2010, it was already effectively dead. Right. So it had 4 years on the market. Four Loko had 4 years on the market before they removed caffeine from the drink. So the drink had caffeine removed from it within 4 years. This is because there was intense pressure from the FDA, colleges, and others to remove caffeine from the drink because people were hospitalized or died. Right? Doctors say Four Loko's caffeine masks its alcoholic effects, leading drinkers to consume more than they normally would. So that's the allegation there, right? That these folks, that this dropped. Obviously, it was in many a rap song by Killa Kid Crazed. Loco is my liquor. And So Loco, aka the Four Loko anthem. I know Jesus turned water into wine, but he would have turned it to Four Loko at a party of mine. I know. Fat beats, right? By the way, I saw the whole like not drama about Maury Callipy with Drake and who was it? Oh God, who was the other rapper that was beefing there? I bet I could throw some bars in there. Legal Mindset could throw some bars. But anyways, allegedly, a lot of people got sick there, and some people even died due to excess drinking. So the Ministry of Agriculture, after this stream, had to come out and say, hey, actually, guys, don't do this. This is not okay. Your ASAP Otsumami draft should not be mixed with the Korean soju chamisol at a rate of 1-to-1. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know about you guys, but look, I used to like my drinks very strong. Now, I don't drink that much anymore. I am drinking an energy drink right now. I am drinking a Thai Red Bull. It is noon over here. Need some energy, on these streams. So I got my Thai Red Bull, right? Shout out to my Thais out there. I know there's some Thais in my audience, Swaddy Cup, right? Now, I'm not drinking this with alcohol. I'm not going near alcohol. In fact, most days I don't drink any alcohol at all. I drink 1 day a week at most. And even then I limit myself to 2 or 3 drinks maximum. Don't really like getting drunk. Don't really like excessive drinking. It's really led a lot of people down the wrong path. And if you look at a lot of people's problems, they typically stem from excessive drinking. That said, this is a strong mix. When I was in my alcoholic haze, like when I was really drinking as a younger person in college and in law school, I would mix stuff 1-to-1. 1-to-1 is like pretty strong typically. Now soju is not that strong. Soju is a little bit weaker, but still 1-to-1 is a pretty stiff mix. I mean, I would say, look, if you're gonna mix it, you might want to go like 60-40 or 75-25. You don't necessarily want to go all in on the drink, but that was recommended live. And what's my question here is are there kids watching this? Like, what percentage of people are watching this? I mean, seriously, I'd be worried about the target audience. Is there a warning on this? Are these guys monetized, right, for encouraging bad behavior, encouraging this behavior, right? Are they receiving money from these streams? Very interesting. Kanai Kazua, thank you for your hard work YouTube live streaming. When I first heard about the theme of Atsumami draft, I had high expectations and a little bit of anxiety about how exciting it would be. But from the moment the stream started, I was impressed by the excitement of Kane-kun and Kuzaha-kun and all the viewers. We all learned a lot from the combination of various foods and ASAP and the compatibility of each flavor. Nijisanji's staff recommended staff. Okay, so clearly coming from the company itself. Recommended mixing and drinking ASAPs, which is a new discovery. Chamisap. Chamiso comes in a variety of flavors, but which combination is best with ASAP? Sopodori times ASAP. I'm going to try it in the sauna next time I sauna. Maybe I'll drink it instead of fat. We hope you'll try it too. ASAP snack draft. And let us know what you think of Chamisap and Spodori times ASAP Club. This is a post put out by ASAP. So the people themselves put this post out as well, but they're saying Nijisanji staff. So Nijisanji themselves endorsed that. So they put their stamp on this being a thing. The same day, so in response, MAF have published the following tweet warning to stop drinking caffeinated beverages, saying, warning, caffeine is found in coffee and tea, as well as in energy drinks, and excessive intake can cause dizziness, tremors, etc. Do not drink caffeinated beverages with alcohol. It can lead to overdose of alcohol as well as caffeine. I think one thing we underestimate is the influence of folks on younger people, right? Especially in Japan. Subsequently, the official ASAP Twitter account published the following post. However, the alcohol content of chamisol is 13 to 16%. And depending on how it is mixed, the health effects may not be negligible. Look at that. The health effects are not negligible.
Fighting monkey とかさ。
Negligible. I love that word. In yesterday's ASAP promotional stream, the Any Color staff discussed the arrangement of mixing alcoholic beverages with ASAP. We have confirmed with the manufacturing plant, development lab, medical professionals, and experts that there's no problem with the caffeine content of ASAP. We have also confirmed there's no content with the caffeine, no problem with the caffeine content and alcohol content of ASAP Club and chamisol compared to oolong and green tea highs. However, please be careful not to drink in excess. Please drink in moderation. See, this is bullshit. This is actually a false statement because, like they said, you don't know what the combination would be. If they're drinking 90%, 90-10, like what, you don't know that. You don't know what the mix is. So the mix could be high on energy, could be high on alcohol. You don't know. You don't know. And you don't know how many drinks they're drinking. Are they doing shots? Are they doing shots of chamisol and drink and slamming back the drink? Because honestly, like that wouldn't matter. And on May 7th, Any Color, which operates Nijisanji, has not issued a statement regarding this matter. So Any Color going dark, one might say black, on this issue. Really interesting. Really interesting. All right, let me get some of these comments here from you guys. Appreciate you. Vodka Asker says Japanese Jaeger bomb. One might call it a kamikaze. Okay. Thomas Stein says no alcohol. What a sad life. I know. It's such a sad life. No, I do drink sometimes. The other day I had, for the first time in a long time, I had a B52. I've like almost never had one of those. But once again, I had one beer, one B52 shot. That was it. That was all. And I'm 6'6", 2 meters, whatever. It's not going to really affect me very much if that's all I'm drinking, in addition to a shit ton of water. I drink a ton of water. I always have water near me, in addition to a little energy drink. I got water all over the place, water all over my apartment. It's the primary thing I'm drinking all day, right? I don't put it in a mug, right? So I can like pretend it's not alcohol, right? No, this is actually water in the bottle. Bread Dog, who loves bread and Hungry Jack, says, sorry for being super late, but happy May the 4th and Revenge of the 5th from Australia, Andrew. Is there any Clone Trooper character, duo, squad, legion, colors, or marking patterns that you like from both Legends and canon? Wow. Clone Troopers. Interesting. I never, you know what? Yeah, I got to be honest with you, Bread Dog. I was never into the Clone Troopers as much as I find the Stormtroopers more interesting than the Clone Troopers, to be honest. I always found like the different variants of the clone of the Stormtroopers, like the Snow Troopers. I always thought those were really cool. Maybe that's just going back to liking Empire and thinking Empire was the best fucking thing ever. I mean, as a kid growing up, and I played so many of the Empire-based video games. I've like piloted a snowspeeder in Hoth and like 5 million video games. So, I mean, to me, that was growing up. Star Wars was Empire. So a little bit more of a, I'm really a little bit more of a Stormtrooper over a Clone Trooper, but that's my personal opinion. I love the Spikeman says, no alcohol, Florida man, come home. I will be coming home. I will be in the U.S. at some point in the future, near future. I'll let you guys, I may not make it super public about when I'm back, but I am going back to the U.S. for a very short bit just to see my family. Zuki says, someone check on the Niji staff. Make sure. It's Riku. Riku's the bartender. Niji Repton 94 says Niji is black because they never go back now.
Fighting monkey.
I'm sorry, that one got me. You got me, Repton. You got me. But also, Fallen Hero 4567 dropping the Legal Mindset membership. Let's get this in.
Not a sin. I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
Thank you for that, Fallen Hero. Sullivan says, Nijisanji going full Bond villain, taking all the L's in the world in order to destroy Western language. You know it. And look, people are salty. I get a lot of people, especially when I go over and do pop culture stuff. A lot of people are mad about anime. Because I go on a lot of different channels. You guys know I go on Flashcast and Midnight's Edge as well. And there's a lot of people that they want Hollywood to reform, and they're angry. Even people that love Hollywood, they're angry about anime taking over, but it's taken over. The East is making its move. And when I go around and I am, just seeing things, I see more anime stickers, anime badges, anime stuff. And my taxi driver yesterday, I had to take a very long taxi ride, and they had all like Demon Slayer stuff in their car. It was like they had a Demon Slayer like little pillow in the back, right? They've got a bunch of stuff. So yeah, it's definitely taken over. Just saying. Also, BG Corporation here said, off topic, said, did you see Nate's video about the New York Supreme Court justice being arrested by YouTuber Angry Cops? Could not stop laughing at the knife hand. I have not seen that. I've been very busy. But I will, since you super chatted me, I will take a look at it. Frankly, I'll say this. Most content creators, most people on YouTube don't have time to chase down other people's videos. So if there's something you like, send that in. Having a preference for Stormtroopers over clones is interesting. Have you ever seen the Clone Wars animated series? They humanize the clones very well. I've seen parts of it, but I've not seen all of it. I think I was a little older by the time that came out. So I'm like, wow, this seems really good, actually. But it was a time when I was a little bit older. So the things I was interested in were a little bit different. I started to read a little bit more Warhammer, a little bit more, watching a lot more anime, right? So I think I just kind of moved over that. And then we got into the Rey era. And then once we're in the Rey area, Star Wars died for me. And it's sad, but like my will to read and go back and look at Star Wars is damaged by the fact that that Rey and the Rey movies suck. And they permanently have killed that series for me. It's hard for me to get excited about that at all, or go back and watch stuff, even good stuff. It's hard for me to go back because, I mean, it's like they destroyed your childhood. You know, they went out there and they nuked it from orbit. What's up, Brandon, the anime guy? I see you in the chat. Appreciate you, brother. King Luju said, only drink I drink are shandy and cider, not beer. There you go. There you go. Shiori Novelite Night. What's up? Legal Mindset may have the honor to give this new energy drink. This is Reamable. Will definitely give you the high you are craving. Just $100 a pop. Well, if it's Rima based, we got to roll the intro.
Thank you very much for all of your lovely art as well. Some of it a little lewd. To those of you drawing me with horses, Y'all are into some fucked up shit, and I hope you get I hope you get the help you need. I really truly I hope you get the help you need.
All right. So, Jen, thank you for the 10 Legal Mindset memberships. Appreciate you, Jen. Jay's in the chat for Jen. Thank you for being so cool.
Hello, Beso Department.
I appreciate you. And I'm definitely going to be watching what they state about this from Nijisanji. I do think Nijisanji themselves, any color themselves, should come out and make an official statement. I would say, hey, at least drink responsibly. So we'll see if they do that regarding the drinks. Zen Gunman said, I made this point to one of my customers when we started talking about every popular franchise that's been defunct and woke. We are all weebs now. Yes. And here's the thing, guys. I know a lot of people, there's a lot of like culture war stuff going on. And, there's some valid points in arguing like, policy and politics. But one thing I think weebs, is pretty bipartisan, can go into loving anime. And why I maybe am a little bit more protective of it is I just want people to be able to have that escape, to have that outlet, to be able to go to anime without it being something that has to be a fight, right? Or has to be necessarily politicized, right? So I like to keep anime apolitical as much as possible. Seriously. Tajidol Eternal says, member for 1 month. Thank you for that. Thomas saying, I'm usually working right now, but a few days ago, my mom died of cancer. Can I get a cancer from you, Andrew? Yeah, fuck cancer. In fact, here we go. We got one. This is for cancer.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
I'm very sorry to hear that, though, and obviously you are very welcome as part of my community, as part of my chat, and thank you for reaching out. Thank you, but fuck cancer for sure. North of the Rockies says, I stubbornly refuse to give Disney the power to ruin my love of the original real Star Wars. Yeah, no, I agree with that. North of the Rockies. I still love them, but what I'm saying is I just am not compelled to go look at new Star Wars stuff, anything that's like beyond the classic stuff that I grew up with, because I can mentally separate the original trilogy from everything else. But when I start adding in other stuff, I got to be like, okay, well, I'm including this, but not this. And then some of the prequel stuff started to get a little fishy, right? There's some stuff we can talk about with that and what they're doing with prequel and what is prequel and not. With the original trilogy, it's kind of clean. It's like, yeah, there's the original trilogy or it's not the original trilogy, and maybe the Timothy Zahn book, stuff like that was written way back. Sure. But it's hard for me with newer stuff to kind of parse that out. I mean, maybe that sounds complicated, but that's just me. You guys can do whatever you want. I'm not telling you what to do. You guys can enjoy whatever you want to enjoy. That's for you guys, Xbred says a lot of cool designs for clones, especially Captain Rex and Commander Wolf during the Phase 2. Speaking of Stormtroopers, which one looks cuter and has better aim, Imperials or First Order? Oh, Imperials. Imperials is definitely top aim. First Order is a bunch of cucks. So, just saying. Remember, there is no Star Wars sequel. Yes. First Order is a bunch. I just imagine that it's like they're just First Order does not exist to me. Jacob Foxfires 964 says, have you seen the Camilla and Shondo drama? It actually ended very well and wholesome for both. A rare apology. I heard about it, but I do have a Camilla clip. So maybe instead of drama, we watch a clip. How about that? So I'm going to reload this one here. This is Camilla's meow. Was so convincing. A real cat responded to her. Okay.
If I'm gonna meow like a cat, I gotta really play the part.
Are you putting a collar on? Bro, my cat started meowing. They hear you, maybe they hear you. They're trying to communicate.
If I'm gonna meow like a cat.
That was pretty good. Gotta say, that was a pretty convincing meow. Just gonna say, Camilla. Just gonna say. Reincarnated from a cat. Yes, indeed. Camilla is a cat. Gordo Gamer said, speaking of drinks, Kirsha was gonna have Gamer Sups flavored desk ketchup. I wonder what it really tastes like. I don't know, but I have a Kirsha clip but I definitely can't play this until after at least an hour in, because it's really spicy. It's super spicy, cat. So I can definitely not play it because it is very naughty. And Hypnotic and Rapture, yes, you sent this to me along with like 95 other clips. I love you, brother. I love you. Remember to like the stream, not sponsored. Yes, please do like stream. 1,300 of you in the chat right now, and only a measly 300 likes. Come on, let's get it up to 600 likes, guys. We know we can do it. Smash that like button, guys. It is free. It's absolutely free just to click the like button, whether you're on a phone, you're on mobile, you're on the computer, you're on an Android, you're on an iPad. Just boop, like the video. That's it. That's all I ask. All right, second topic for tonight. We're going to get into, and this has been covered by Rev, so we'll watch his video in a second, but this is about journalists targeting people's family. Now, this one, a couple of people mentioned this to me, and so I want to cover it because there's definitely some legal implications here. Now, I haven't seen every single tweet that Alyssa has made, but I want to bring up, like, what are the legal implications here? What's going on? You know, this is very interesting. So this is the tweet, one of the tweets where this stemmed from, and this is part of the thumbnail, which is Alyssa Mercanti, a writer for Kotaku. She's been really problematic in the last couple months. She's pretty deranged. She's seeking attention. She's just going off and doing crazy stuff. And this is the latest saga in her certifiably insane meltdown, which is anyways, and she's posting this to a person she doesn't like. Anyways, I found your wife's Facebook and I asked what she thinks about the husband of her children harassing women online and laughing when they share that someone they're supporting has been threatened to kill them for weeks. This is certifiably insane. First of all, no one's threatening her at all. Alyssa's not under any real threat. That's ridiculous. Actually, the people that are under threat are like people who threatened Asmongold and Grum's Mark Kern with a bounty. There's a $50,000 bounty out there on Mark Kern and on, I think Asmon had a 30K bounty, right? They're the people getting threatened. And they're the people getting punished, shadow banned on certain platforms. Discord has banned any links to Grum's Twitter, right? So these are the people that are actually getting consequences. And then now Alyssa and then her allies are actually saying what we need to do is we need to go after these people's significant others and go to their work and start stalking them down and chasing after them. These people are cyber stalkers. These people are out here stalking people across the internet, doing everything possible to defame people, to attack them. Now, I'm going to be clear. We're going to go through the video. Not everything is illegal. So you are allowed to critique people. You are allowed to even, for example, you are allowed to tell other people about what people are doing. The thing is, you also can't call people criminals, right? So in this, saying that you're harassing women, well, that to me sounds like you're accusing them of some sort of sexual harassment. If they're in fact not guilty of sexual harassment, then you might be defaming them. That might be defamatory. Also, what's up, Josh, Inaka Inventors in the chat? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. My Japanese homie. Well, Kiwi in Japan, but it's the same thing, really. I mean, a Kiwi in Japan it's pretty much a Shiba Inu. So anyways, this is, of course, coming from the post by Smash JT, who says, Kotaku, one of your writers, Alyssa Merck, is currently harassing me and is now DMing my wife on Facebook. This is completely unacceptable behavior and way out of bounds. Reprehensible. Do you stand by this behavior, CC Grubs? Right? So this is I just had to explain to my wife why you hired a former sex worker that has become an unhinged activist posing as a journalist, right? Absolutely 100% fucked up. Unwell. It is unwell. And yeah, it is a reason to be scared. And once again, these are things where you might be able to file a police report over them. So I'm gonna watch. Rev did a really good job of covering this. So shout out to Rev again. I play his videos a lot because he does a good job of compiling a lot of this information. So I do appreciate that. So we'll play that here. But Irham Amin says it's lunchtime. Time to get some long black coffee. Well, then you know what time it is.
Long.
Enjoy those long emojis. Remember, 2 new emojis, long and man. Use both. X Bread Dog who loves bread and Hunger Jack says 50K. What an increase. This isn't One Piece. Oh, it is. I think Rev has it in his video. So let's go ahead and let's watch this here. And as he goes through, I'm gonna pause on some of the tweets because some of them are particularly defamatory. Some of them are not, right? So it's going to be good to parse the two out. And once again, good job on Rev for compiling them. Nick Morillo, gracias for the 5 Legal Mindset memberships. Appreciate you very much. Thank you. And thank you for supporting those in the chat. Guys, ends in the chat for Nick. Thank you for the support of this channel. It's really great. And also, Mazrova Palma dropping 10. Thank you so much. Absolutely 100%.
No, listen, I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
Thank you, Mazrova Palma. Appreciate you very, very much. All right, let's go here.
Journalists going after the family members of a YouTuber who criticized their work and online behavior. And it probably doesn't surprise you that this journalist works for Kotaku, who is...
Now, remember, Kotaku as a platform, I think they are very ripe for being sued right now. Because Nick Murillo, you're Italian. Sorry, it's mi scusi, grazie Nick, grazie, Nick Murillo, grazie mille. Just want to make sure. Is that better? Are we racially aligned now? Don't cancel me, Nick. I appreciate you, Nick. Scusi. All right, we're good. But anyways, Kotaku here. They are really opening themselves up because remember, as a company, sorry, you guys got me dying here. Laughs and spaghetti, bro. Pizza pasta mia. I love it. It's great. Oh, it's so good. Okay. Laughs in Mario and Luigi are fucking killing me.
I'm in favor of execution. Maybe our entire team needs to be executed after tonight.
Fuck you guys. You guys are making me laugh my ass off with your Italian jokes. Why are Italian jokes so funny? Why are they so funny? Why? Tell me why Italians are so funny. I love it. I'm a cook. I'm a cook on a bullshit. Oh God. Oh, fuck you guys. Oh God. Oh fuck. I'm trying to talk about the law. I'm trying to educate you guys. I'm trying to educate you. What are you doing to me? You guys are absolutely
Degenerates. You guys degenerates.
not the Red Bull. It's definitely you guys. All right. You broke him. You broke me. Okay. I'm just gonna play this fucking video. I can't talk right now. I'm playing the video. You guys mind broke me on this is Legal Mindset mind broken by Italian comments in the chat. Okay, let's go.
Is struggling for any relevancy at this point. You can see their Twitter account has nearly 3 million followers, and yet their recent articles are struggling to get 20 likes in the span of 20 hours.
Bruh, that is bad. Are you, hold on, 20 likes and you are a major outlet? Are you fucking kidding me? Wow. That is bad. And yes, I see you guys in the chat. Tag Mindbreak. All right. But yeah, no, this is really bad. Kotaku is really irrelevant. And one of the things is they said, hey, let's go focus on making game guides. They had said we need to go back to that. That's actually what made them famous, was doing game guides. And all of their staff, or most of their staff, which is a bunch of people that are mentally deranged, said, no, we don't want to do that. We want to keep attacking people. And because the CEO is a cuck, he bent over and he took it and he said, okay, sorry. We won't do that. We're going to go back. We're going to stay political. We're going to stay to attacking people. We're going to stay doing all this, other crap, this game activism crap. We're going to stay. We'll let you guys keep doing that. Right. And you see they're reaping the rewards from that, of this strategy of being this kind of quasi-political attack dog, right? Because this stuff is like quasi-political. I don't want to say it's left or right necessarily, but like they're trying to make a point, right? They're trying to make everything into sexist, racist, misogynistic, everything. So they see under every corner of the gaming industry, sexism, misogyny, bigoted, yada, yada, all this stuff. So they have a particular view of the world that they're trying to impose on everybody else who's just trying to enjoy the goddamn video games, right?
20 hours. And if you look at the data, it adds up. Their relevancy is completely gone. In fact, their traffic is...
By the way, I see you, Nick. I'm Nick, you lasagna. Fuck you guys. If you want Italian, look up Pippa Succa Pipi. I've seen this one, but we can play it again. I'll pull it up while I do this.
Is at an all-time low, despite being in daily controversies due to the actions of some of their contributors, like Alyssa here, who once again is under the microscope because of some insane behavior she has been making. Now, you can see, before we get into this, she recently added a blue check mark to her name. That means that she is paying for Twitter, meaning she gets a share of ad revenue when people look at her account. And
which is why a lot of people are trying to engagement farm. And now I will say, I have seen Twitter community noting a lot of stuff, because if you get community noted, you don't get that ad revenue. But right now, I really do believe she is farming attention, right, from this sort of bad behavior. And as somebody with her background and her type of attention-seeking behavior, right, for people like Alyssa, the thing you got to understand is they like attention, whether it is negative or positive, and they're addicted to that amount of attention. They're addicted to that amount of relevance. So what you do have to do is, at some point, you do have to ignore them. But one reason why I'm covering this is because she's getting into stuff that's potentially criminal here, and potentially at least civilly liable, potentially criminal, because cyber stalking can be a crime, right? So it's transcending that. It's becoming a good point to talk about, but you really just personally have to not respond to them. And I've never personally responded to Alyssa. I've never tweeted her. I've never done anything else on Twitter and engaged her in a way that she'd be able to monetize, right? This is on a separate platform. Can't really help her make any money because this is on YouTube, not on Twitter. So,
and her tweets. This is something that happened very recently, because this screenshot right here was from only a few days ago, and you can see there was no
pronouns in the bio, just stating a fact, right? Just saying.
Check mark. So if you're going to talk about her on Twitter, make sure to use screenshots instead of directly.
And by the way, I love people who put senior editor Kotaku views mine. Well, it's very funny. If this is your personal page, right? Why is that something you need to lead with? Because you're using your authority as a Kotaku person while trying to say, oh, no, this doesn't represent Kotaku. You can't have it both ways, right? I mean, it's kind of like, okay, are you speaking for Kotaku and you're speaking with the authority of Kotaku, or are you yourself, right? Which one is it in the particular moment? But anyways, just a point of order there.
Engaging with her tweets to avoid giving her a few pennies here and there. Now, She is very well known for unhinged behavior.
So right here, you can't be racist against white people, right? This is the big view she has. You can't be racist against white people. This is something. And then she got community noted on this several times, right? And then she had to limit who can reply to her tweets because everyone pretty much blew her out of the water.
Months on end defending.
Also, yeah, being ageist is bad except for when it's about old white dudes in games journalism.
Racism against people based on the color of their skin, inciting violence against certain types of people, so on and so forth. And this has been all for the love of the game, by the way. She is not even monetized up until recently, so this was just for attention. Now,
that was to gain monetization, right? Because she knew if she farmed that attention, she was going to get monetization. Speaking of which, Future Boy says, Geo Media owns Kotaku, which is why no one is asking why Geo Media condones this stalker behavior by employee who represents them. Yes. I mean, at a certain point, you have to go up the chain and be like, hey, these are your, this is your ownership, right? You have liability here because your people are just being let off the leash and they're doing deranged things under the cover of quote unquote journalism.
Recent beef involves a YouTuber by the name of Smash JT. Now, this beef begins with a different YouTuber who Alyssa claims is threatening their life because of these jokes this person has made about killing her in virtual reality. Now, it's very ironic to see game journalists supporting this and claiming these are true threats when we've seen other YouTubers and content creators get threats on their lives, and those were dismissed as jokes. Recently, we've seen...
Yes, here we go. Here's the one. Here's a lot of ones here. This is Flash. That isn't this a crime? I actually responded to this one where Tone Man says 20K to anyone who makes this dipshit disappear, talking about Mark Kern over Eve's outfits. So why is it that when people with one particular opinion are directly threatened, and I've covered this threat before multiple times, but this is a threat that you could go to the police over. This is something that is not okay. This is a clear call for someone to end this person. It's a direct threat to this person. Just saying, this is something. This is actually not okay, right? This is not okay. 20K to anyone who makes this dipshit disappear, right? Not okay. 100% a threat, right? And way clearer than someone in a video game, right? In Minecraft, in whatever else, in VR, who may make a model which may be similar to you and may be taken out. Even if that did happen, right? Let's assume that did happen, right? If someone created a legal mindset virtual reality avatar and shot it in the VR, right? That's less of a worry for me than if someone made a direct threat saying 20K to anyone that makes legal mindset disappear. I'm more worried about that than I am about a virtual reality avatar, one versus the other. I'm just saying, right? I'm not really scared if someone creates that. In fact, people have already created virtual reality avatars of me or memes and other stuff like that that are very unflattering, that are very mean. There's some that are even violent, that I've seen people create. And that's fine. I'm not threatened by those. People have a right to create art or whatever else they want to do. But when you start saying it can be vile, it can be disgusting, it can be in bad taste, that's fine. But when you make a threat like this where someone disappears, that is pretty much assuming, like, the base assumption here is the person, right? Not their account. It didn't say their Twitter account, right? It's this dipshit, this person. Right. So the assumption here is this is a person, not talking about the account, because, of course, these people and their allies are going to say, well, they were talking about, removing him from Twitter. No, that's not what this says. It doesn't say makes the account get deleted. Right. It says this dipshit, the person, disappear. Right. So my assumption here is this is a direct threat of violence. And then this is something that makes it potentially criminal.
Mark Kern, who calls out censorship and game journalists all the time, get a 20K bounty on his head. In fact, that would be double down when a streamer would up it to 30,000 against Mark Kern and Asmongold. In fact, even today, we have seen another bounty placed on Mark Kern's head.
Look at this, $10,000 clean shot this weekend. This is this one is a direct shot saying clean shot, like direct call to violence against Mark Kern, right? This is unhinged. Why aren't they calling this out? Who's reporting on this shit? Nobody.
Which insinuates they want their life. In fact, even further, on another post putting a bounty on Mark Kern's
Look at
head.
this. Look at this right here. You know, it's $50,000. So Grimlow, the title's covering it here, but he ups to 50,000.
You can see Alyssa down here gleefully replying and saying that she's going to DM this individual who eventually deleted their tweet. Now, returning to this.
So Alyssa Mercanti, this person who's complaining about death threats, this hypocritical bitch, she went out there and DM'd a person who put a $50,000 bounty on Mark Kern. I mean, so she's complaining about it. These people are, like Mitch said right here, peak hypocrisy. This is what's so disgusting about it to me and so vile. These people are 100% the most hypocritical motherfuckers out there. And if there's anything that pisses me off, anything that makes me mad, it is hypocrisy. I'm okay with people that disagree with me if they are intellectually consistent, if they're legally consistent. I have a problem when you're hypocritical. If you're like, look, I just don't fucking like you. I'm like, all right, well, that's fine. At least you're consistent, right? But don't complain about the same thing when it happens to you. I saw this about, for example, ProZD. I don't know if you guys saw this about ProZD. ProZD was complaining the other day about, or complaining a while ago about, oh, well, we should get people to play anime characters that match their ethnicity, right? So he's Korean, right? So ProZD, right? It's like, okay, well, I want to play characters that match the ethnicity. Okay, well, Korean. And now he's getting cut out of roles because the characters are white. They're not Asian or Korean, right? So he's getting cut out. Well, that's what you wanted, right? That's what you wanted, right? So once again, why is it rules for thee and not for me? That's what these people want. It's insane. It's insanity, right?
The reason Alyssa has an issue with JT is that she believes she is that he is platforming and putting a threat and inciting violence on her life by pointing out this quote retweet by JT here where he uses
by
the
platforming. Wasn't she platforming by retweeting something about a 50K kill shot? You know, isn't that the same thing?
Hashtag end Kotaku, which is obviously a reference to Kotaku, the business, and hoping that they fall apart because they deserve it due to their terrible work. And Alyssa would clarify in other tweets that she not only claims that this person was platforming some dangerous individual, specifically talking to JT, she is saying that his use of the end Kotaku hashtag is inciting violence. Alyssa, let me show you what inciting
violence is. 10K clean shot this weekend. It's saying, oh my God, DM me to a 50K bounty on Asmongold, right? That's a direct inciting of violence.
Violence actually looks like. Here is your tweet from less than 2 months ago saying this: I maintain that most people who are shitty, aggressive, racist, sexist, otherwise terrible online have yet to get their asses beat IRL, and they should.
Now, I'll be clear because I'm a very fair person, and I do like to be fair. This one is probably not as actionable legally because she said most people, so she didn't specifically say who, right? And she just said have yet to get their asses beat, and they should, but didn't give a time, date, manner, place. So probably couldn't go after her criminally for this unless it was like specifically in response to something. But probably this one is not criminally actionable. That doesn't mean it's not morally deplorable. That doesn't mean it's not hypocritical, which it is, which is what Rev is pointing out. And I agree with Rev on this. This is definitely hypocritical, but maybe not necessarily criminal. And there's a line there, right? There's a line there between, okay, what's criminal versus what is not.
So basically, Alyssa is saying all of these types that she deems, by the way, including just bad people, should have physical violence inflicted upon them in real life.
Right. So what if everybody you disagreed with, right? I mean, and once again, it's a certain particular type of person who believes that the people who disagree with them should be violently attacked. It's very deranged. It's very deranged. And oftentimes they'll point the finger in the other direction, but when you point the finger, there's 3 pointing back at yourself, right? So you always got to say with these people, is it projection? And 9 times out of 10, it is indeed projection with these folks.
That is inciting violence, especially when you're saying people like JT are bad people. You're claiming that. And also, on the other hand, saying people like that should be physically attacked in real life. In fact, you've done this before in another post from a few years ago saying...
And this is just racist in addition to hypocritical, right? This is just racist in addition to hypocritical. And I really do feel like people like Alyssa, they have some like real mental self-hate, deranged issues, right? You know, I mean, underneath this is some real hurt that she needs to go to like deep therapy for, right? And help herself, because this is something that is mentally unhinged.
That white people should get physically assaulted on
because if someone's walking down the street, right, and she really believed that white people need to be beat, I think that she would be getting her ass beat, because to me, looking at all of her photos, she looks white to me, right? So, I mean, walking down the street, if someone just saw her and saw her on the street, looks like, so she's saying she needs to get her ass beat. And she'd be like, well, my background is XYZ. Well, that's not what you said. You said white people. So you're just saying people based on their skin color need to get beat. Well, if you're walking down the street, it looks like you need to get beat too, Alyssa, right? If you're just walking down the street, right? Looks like it to me. Because you're saying we judge people on skin color, right? I mean, it's crazy. These people are unhinged.
Regular. Again, saying a group of people based on the color of their skin should be physically assaulted. That looks like inciting violence a lot more than a End Kotaku hashtag being shared on Twitter. Now, of course, JT would start laughing off this whole situation, saying, never thought I'd...
So here you go. So it's like, wonder how long before she blocks you again and locks down her account again. I say days in or one or the other. No, she slid into my DMs like a bitch. I'm married. Get the fuck out of here. And then she unblocks. So she unblocks him to do that. And then says, so you think it's funny that you platformed a man threatening to kill me? Right. Once again, I love this platforming being such a fucking crime here. So whenever you talk to anybody, whenever you have a discussion, that opens you up to being for you to threaten to kill them, right? So I love Alyssa's hypocrisy here. She's like, oh, it's so funny. You platformed a man threatening to kill me. So now she gets to threaten to kill you. That's what it is. So she gets to put a bounty on your head, a more direct bounty on your head. And of course, you're right. Chiharu, you're exactly right. She's baiting him for interactions and money. Yep. How many views did that post get? I guarantee you a lot.
Get so much pleasure over Alyssa spurging out about me, but here we are, where eventually he says that she slid into his DMs and he's like, no, I'm married, get out of here, which is the fairest response to someone like Alyssa approaching you. Correct. Where she responds directly to him saying, so you think it's funny that you platformed a man threatening to kill me? And when she got aired on this one, she would get even more mad with this tweet saying, anyway, I found your wife's Facebook and asked what she thinks about the father of her children harassing a woman online and laughing when she shares that someone they're supporting has been threatening to kill them for weeks. Of course, it always goes back to she's a woman and that's why people are attacking her, which is ridiculous. People are...
Well, once again, if this is the thing that's really infuriating for me, and this is the legal mind, the Niji sisters are going to come. This is sexist. Look, sexist legal mindset. No, because not all women do this. It is a very subsect of people, and it can happen not just with women, but with anybody. When you use your status, whether that is gender, whether that's nationality, whether that is sexual orientation, whether that's language, whatever that is, as both a shield and a sword. So you are using your status to attack others and then to shield yourself from any criticism. So you're using it to attack and to shield. No. You lose that ability. You get one function. If you're going to use that as an attack, you don't get to use it as a defense, right? If you're putting yourself out there and attacking other people, you don't get to cower behind, oh, but I'm a woman. No, you're out here threatening to kill people and supporting that, retweeting that, endorsing that. You don't get to hide behind that now and pretend that what you're doing is not harassment. It's some people say in the chat, cry bullies. Thank you. Onawal, really long supporter of my channel. Thank you, Onawal. Cry bullies. Yes. You don't get to do it. Textbook. It's a textbook move. And it's one of the most, to me, these people are some of the most scummy, hypocritical, and oftentimes criminal folks on the internet. And this behavior, now every state is different. Let's talk about the laws for real quick. Every state's different, but this is potentially cyber stalking. Now, different states are different. I don't know where Smash GT lives. I don't know what his, I assume he's in the US. I don't know what his state has in terms of cyber stalking, but it is possible that this is something that would constitute that, because she is going out of her way for this form of harassment. I would love to see a restraining order issued against Alyssa for her behavior. I would love to see that. And I think there might be enough basis for it at this point, because we've got all of this. And based on a totality of the evidence against Alyssa, a totality of the evidence in certain states in the US, let me be very clear, not all states, certain states, it might be possible to get a restraining order against Alyssa McConaughey. Let me say that one more time. Based on the totality of the evidence in certain states in America, it might be possible to get a restraining order for cyber stalking or a related electronic crime against Alyssa McConaughey, because she's done all of this stuff. Certainly, I think Mark Kern has a good case. Also, Smash JT. I don't know what state they're in, though. So it would also depend. But I think it'd be a good thing to get out there and say, hey, look, you've got this out there against you now for this body of evidence.
Attacking you because of the merit of your character and your terrible work as a Kotaku journalist. And you can see this is the next level. Now we're contacting the family members of people that are criticizing others online. This is way too far. This is unhinged behavior. This has nothing to do with your job. This is all personal. You want to go out and try to ruin the lives and the families of people who dare to call out your shoddy work.
And you are right. I see somebody in the chat saying it's rare to get arrested. Yes, I'm not. Look, I'm real with you guys. I'm real with you about this. The chances of Alyssa being arrested over it are low, both for the reasons of cyber stalking being a relatively new crime, and also because the fact is, and this is something that a lot of people don't like to hear, but I'm gonna say it, and it's gonna hurt some people's feelings. But these things are typically not enforced as stringently if you look at the enforcement when the person who is the harasser is a woman and the person who is harassed is a man. One reason for that is the rubric in the way these crimes are analyzed, which is what is in terms of the physical threat. Okay, if they're a physical threat, is this person more imposing? Sort of similar to what you look at when you look at domestic violence. If you look at, for example, mandatory arrest states, which are states in which they, if somebody's called for domestic violence, you have to arrest somebody, you have to take somebody out of that household. They always look at things like who's the more powerful one, who's the more physically threatened, and typically that's going to be the guy, and they're going to take them out of the house. Right? They're going to arrest that person because there's been a call of domestic violence, and they have to do that because there's liability if they do not mandatorily arrest somebody when there's an incident of domestic violence. So in this case, it's not the same exactly one for one, but the judge might look at it and say, well, she's a woman, and give it the pass, right? Not always, but the probability is higher, right? And this is baked into the system. This is true. But once again, based on the totality of the evidence, it might be possible. Nothing is for sure. And I don't want to get out there and promise you guys anything, but it's possible to still land this based on the totality of the evidence, right? And based on the fact that Alyssa is not operating alone. It's not just one woman. There's a bunch of people on the internet. She's mobilized this army of people that are out seeking bounties. There's multiple people seeking bounties. Because of that, I think it's more possible to issue a restraining order because she has endorsed multiple people, right? Not just herself. And she's not threatening to do it personally. She's using other folks that are out there issuing bounties.
In fact, this behavior is not surprising at all with Alyssa, because we saw with the Sweet Baby Inc. situation, in her attempt to cover the situation, very biasly, by the way, she infiltrated the Discord server for the Sweet Baby Inc. Detected Steam group, and were asking people for their real names and pictures to use for what I would probably assume are nefarious purposes, like she's been doing with the subject of today's video. And going forward, the ultimate irony of the situation is that they're trying to call out these supposed threats on the lives of people like Alyssa. Meanwhile, you can see other members of the industry responding to her comments about reaching out to this man's wife on Facebook by going off and then threatening people based on that comment by Alyssa. You can see this individual who is a game developer down here saying, here
we go. Yeah, let me find your mother and partner and harass them. Fair game, gotcha. I love good from the good guys.
If I turn into a total piece of shit and start harassing women online, then yeah, go nuts. When referring to the possibility that someone might do this to them as well. And then in a further reply, this Paul Scott Canavan individual from the gaming industry would say this is absolutely the play. We should be doing this with all these weird creeps. Track down their significant others and mothers and string them up.
This is a direct call for violence. String them up? Yeah, we all know what string them up means. We all get what that means. This is literally string them up. Bro, that is an action. And so let's be very clear. That's a definite direct threat. To string up people's mom and their partners. Are you fucking kidding me? We're out here trying to kill people's mothers? What the fuck crazy town is it? Is this Soviet Russia? What the fuck is this? This is insane to me. That people are out here like devolving into this sort of behavior in this person threat. Is this, I really want to know, is he motherless? He's certainly, whatever this person is, there's a lack of love in this man's life to say you have to hunt down people that you care about, your significant others, your partners, your mom. Are you fucking kidding me? Their girlfriends, their wives, and their moms. That's so fucked. That is so fucked. This guy, absolutely from a mental standpoint, huge devolution. Let me get some of these super chats because I know they're a lot backed up. Varouge LaFox says for 10, it's really annoying that we can't have civil disagreements. This type of discourse that we learn new things, we reevaluate our positions or we solidify them. Yes. And we need to have discourse and we need to disagree. And you know what? If you guys know one thing about my channel, I read a lot of the comments, not all of them. I try to read all of them. Sometimes there's some I miss. So scoozy. But if I ever see somebody who posts in my comments saying, Andrew, I'm on the other side of the political aisle. I am a super lefty, but I agree with you. I try to respond to that and say, thank you so much. I really appreciate your comment. And I appreciate you telling me you disagree with me. And I appreciate you telling me this because you did it in a respectful way. You did it in a way that wasn't like threatening my life or trying to kill my mother or my girlfriend or whatever, right? My many mistresses, right? You're going to have to do a lot of hunting across of Asia and the United States. I'm just saying, guys, it's going to be a lot of work for you trying to come after my significant others. That saying, I appreciate respectful disagreement. We need that. It's critical to have people that disagree with you. I like when people tell me I'm wrong and they do it in a respectful way. And they go, listen, it's because I appreciate you. It's because I care about you. It's because I want you to be better. And I will seriously consider that. I've had people who come up to me and they're from all different backgrounds. I'm a leftist. Even people, for example, on certain issues like the trans issues, people have come to me and emailed me, say, hey, I'm trans. I heard this thing you said. Can you give me more context? I said, yeah, sure. Here's what I mean. Right. So when I talk about a concept like women's sports, yeah, that's complicated. I get it. And look, I'm all for trying to come up with a solution, but here's the legal reality, which is if you allow certain things to happen, there's going to be problems. If you allow biological males who have not had operations to deal with any of their male anatomy into a female prison, there are going to be pregnancies. We've seen this in California. So we need to legally create a dynamic where we're protecting people because there's clear harm here. Literally, California prisons having pregnancies in a women's prison because they've transferred folks. Yeah, that's not working, right? So we need to figure that out. That's not because I hate trans people. That's because this is a practical, real problem, right? Real quick here. Thank you so much, Douglas Diaz, 100%.
Hello, Peso Department.
Thank you so much, Douglas. Truly appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. DD's in the chat because we all love DD's. Thank you, Douglas. Also, there you go. Blanket says, super lefty here. Look at these maniacs. I hate sexism so much. I'm going to threaten women. Absurd. Like, isn't the point to protect women? Like, if you want to protect women, which I understand the need to protect women. In fact, you know what's really funny? That's something that actually people on the right and left kind of agree with, right? Now, maybe for different reasons, right? People on the far right might want to do it because they're Christian conservatives and they believe, or maybe they're fundamental Muslims, whatever else, and they believe that women should be protected because they're, special people, and then there's God involved, all this other stuff, right? They believe that, right? On the other side, they believe that, on the left side, you might believe that women are particularly discriminated against or harmed, right? So you need to protect them, but yet you're going to go and attack them here, right? What? No, you're going to string up mothers. Like, can we just not leave the moms alone? Like, the only moms I want to see, is Pecora's mom, and only dancing, right? I mean, I'm just saying. Gordo says, have you seen the clip from around 12 hours ago of her actually doing this? I can post the Discord. I think, was that not something we've already gone over? If it isn't put in the Discord, if I can't get it now, Gordo, I'll post it on my Twitter later if I don't get it right now. But thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. I don't like poking around too much while I'm in the middle of the stream. I got a flow going, Mazrova Palma with another 10. Thank you so much, Mazrova. Appreciate you so much for that support of this channel. Absolutely great. 100% a Giga Chad today. Thank you for supporting Mazrova. Industrious says, we all have two brains in our skull, a civilized, evolved human brain and a primitive, unevolved ape brain.
Fighting monkey.
A lot of people have been aping out lately. Oh yeah. Full on chimp mode. Return to monkey, which is what Dr. Weird says. We have truly devolved to monkey. Monkey, says Monkey Big. And there's good monkey and there's bad monkey. Sometimes it's good to be monkey a little bit, and enjoy your brain and relaxing, enjoying simple activities, playing games, escaping, checking out. People need that, particularly guys. A lot of times when we have really intensive jobs, we just need to zone out, and that's normal, right? But there's bad monkey, and this is definitely bad monkey mode. Just saying, full on chimp. Masoro Palma says, finally caught up in 2x speed to the current events. There we go. Hey, congratulations. I get criticized for speaking too fast. I cannot imagine listening to myself in 2x speed. I imagine I would be very, very, very hard to follow. Ticklin says, evil actions are evil regardless of who the target is. Saying it's fine to be racist to racist people implicates yourself. It's inviting racism onto yourself. How do these people not understand that? I truly believe they believe ends justify the means, right? So they're like, well, because we hate racism, it's okay to come for them, right? And that's how you get these sort of people, forming. But the problem is, and if you look at this guy, like here, Paul Scott Canavan, he's the creative director at Grimoire, making Pale Tides, the Witch RPG, art for WOTC, Valve, Inkle, No Code, Axis, Bungie, Blizz, Annette, Sorghums, right? So he's a person who is in the industry, okay? In the industry. This is disturbing.
Controversial take. To him, it's not a super controversial take to say string up people when referring to a critic's family. Yeah.
Look at this. And then he tries to backtrack saying, I think you understand. Let me move this to the side. His comment here on the bottom, it's hard for you guys to read, so I'll read it for you. It says, I think you may have misunderstood. The conversation was about holding people accountable for their attacks on the internet. I don't think it's a super controversial take. He doesn't think stringing people up is a controversial take. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Right? There is some good news, though. there is some good news. And that is Smash JT said, someone asked him, how did your wife respond? So she got DM'd by Liz. How did she respond? Smash JT says she wasn't a fan of my YouTube stuff spilling into our personal lives, but at the same time, she could tell right off the bat that the person DMing her was unhinged as fuck. Right? Now, I'm going to be real with you. There have been times, I don't talk a lot about my personal life. I really don't. But there have been times at which where I have had a girlfriend, right, while I've been a YouTuber, right, and they know about my YouTube. I don't pretend to hide my YouTube from anybody. I tell everybody about it. And they have seen what people have said, and they've been bothered by it, but they say pretty much the same thing. When people end up attacking me or whatever, they're like, wow, it's not cool for them to say stuff like that, but like these people are unhinged, right? These people are unhinged. And oftentimes it's very clear that these people are unhinged. And oftentimes for example, other women would notice that pretty right away, that this person is an unhinged psycho. So it's good to know that Smash JT got out of this, with his relationship intact. That's good. That's good. Let's see here. It says, Northern Rocky said there's a cute, playful monkey, and there is a screaming, poop flinking
monkey.
and that's the one you should avoid. I agree. Monkey brain is a good thing. Example, C problem, fix problem. In short, Occam's razor. Yeah, sure. There's good monkey and there's bad monkey. Be the good monkey. Be the good monkey. Phil Patson missed the first part of the stream. Now I don't know what to mix my Bleach shot with. I assume you mean. Yeah, Phil. Mix it with Nijisanji endorsed energy drinks. Al Wayne said the internet makes these retards feel too safe. I could not agree more. And let's play the clip.
Yeah, right. Explain this to me like I'm retarded. That won't be that hard.
Just for you. Future Boy says, if you Google Go Media, at the bottom of their page is contact info where you might report Mercanti to their owner. All right, so let's see. Go Media. Let's find that. Go Media. Okay, so let's see. Let's find their stuff. Okay, here's their digital brands. All right. So let's go to their brands on Go Media. Let's try to find this real quick. So they've got a bunch of brands here. They've got Gizmodo, Jalopnik, Kotaku, Quartz, the Root inventory, right? So you can go there, right? And you can contact these guys and be like, hey, listen, hey, listen, guys. Hey, listen, your people are unhinged. And just send them a message. I think that's kind of smart. It's kind of smart. So good one there, Future Boy. Gimster for 101s for 6 Canadian says, speaking of Italian stereotypes, with all my Portuguese coworkers, vaffanculo, potano, and I'm not even one of them. That's funny. Reeb says, will no one rid me of this turbulent game dev? LCP and L Anime Guy. So what happened to insane asylums where can't get anything these days without maniacs making threats? Probably have less commies and crazies on the streets. That's a big one. That's a big one. The end of institutionalization definitely has let some of these people out there unhinged. I'll agree with that. Masova Palma for check 200. Thank you so much. Dobre. Says, you're one of the few content creators I'm able to listen to in 1x speed without getting bored that is too slow. Most people speak too slow for me. I guess that's the je ne sais quoi of the Zigo mindset. Is I don't try to slow ball it. I'm going at the speed of my brain and I'm going at the speed of the information flow. I don't try to drag it out. If I finish a stream in under an hour, I finish a stream in under an hour. I'm not trying to go slow to milk more super chats. I'm not trying to drag it out for some sort of arbitrary time limit. I've got a lot of things to do during the day. I do work. I do other things. So I, try to get the information out as efficiently as I can and also do it while being entertaining. So that's my general thesis. And frankly, I'm happier doing it that way, which is why I do it this way, because streaming, for those that want to stream, is a long-term game. You have to create a pattern that's sustainable for you in the long term, not just doing it when stuff is popular. You have to do it when topics are slower, when news is varied. You have to be able to do it time and time again, repeat it, repeat. Hungry Bread Dog, who loves bread, and Hungry Jacks for 10 Australians. Says, random question for everyone. Anyone ever had a friend or family member who was so violently drunk they gained super strength out of nowhere and pulled an Undertaker on you? My dad did. Pain Dio. I have had to deal with some drunk people that were on the drunk strength. Yes. Luckily, when this has happened, I am in, for example, a group maybe with my brothers who are also 6 foot plus tall dudes, so we can handle drunk people. Or I'm in a group of other guys who are pretty big, and like if one guy is out of line, we can handle them. Look, I'm not the most jacked guy ever. In fact, I gotta hit the fucking gym. Before summer, I gotta get the hot girl summer going on over here in Bangkok and in the Southeast Asia, but. I've been able to handle it, luckily, but sometimes people get out of control. LCL anime guys, instead of pointing the finger, they should use knife hands. That way they can say it's 100% their fault. It's why Diz used a leadership recruit on. It's why Diz use it as a leadership tool on recruits. If you're talking about Disney, yes, they definitely use similar tactics for sure. Kirthan Naito says, did you see the clip with Iron Mouse and Kuro, which Kuro has to buy old games because of his past life? No. Kirthan, send that to me in my email and I'll play it in a future stream. Some nobody says, I hope this piece of POS debut as a liver in Niji. Alyssa, bro, if Alyssa was a freaking VTuber, no way. No, she would be a Nijisanji VTuber. That's the only option for her. Her behavior seems like what a Niji sister would do. Yes. Full Fujo. We never stopped being monkey. And then Reinhardt says, truly ape behavior. Georock says, it's like these people don't think what they post online won't show up when they end up in federal courts. Yes. And so Alyssa at this point has said enough, I think, for, depending on the state in the United States, potentially criminal behavior. So I do think there is stuff that she has said already based on these facts that in certain states, if Smash JT or Mark Kern wanted to pursue, charges, they potentially could. And I think Mark has talked about filing a police report. I don't know whether he actually does. I can DM him. I have him and ask. But I don't know whether he actually has done that yet or not. But I think that at this point, he should strongly consider it. Very, very strongly consider filing the police report. Yeah. Let's see here. Think I got everybody. Just checking real quick. Okay. Let's see. All right. Thomas Stan says, bam! By any means necessary, insanity. Yes. And some nobody says, sometimes I wonder if some people simply don't evolve from being Neanderthals to do this type of behavior. I think they regress because they decide to engage in these behaviors because they think that it's a team thing. And when you get into us versus them, you can go down a nasty road. In group versus out group, nasty things can happen. Very nasty things can happen. Let's see here. And then last, Highwind says they need to go to court while we block and ignore them. I agree. Some of these things have reached the point where they can indeed go to court over them. I definitely agree that is possible over some of these allegations. Okay. Now that we talked about that and mental breakdowns, let's show Filian learning about what opie means. And then we got a spicy fox clip for you guys.
I learned that from my friend. So I have many opie.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
Hold on. I gotta restart this. This is the good one. Because the very beginning.
I know that the word opie means friend. I learned that from my friend. So I have many opie.
Oh, you do? Yeah. I mean, at least I see 2 of them, but you have more?
Wait, what?
Well, it's a booba.
No, that's what I...
Filian, it's booba.
Okay. I know that the word opie...
Great stuff there. Absolutely based. All right. And then this one was sent to me. This is absolutely great. This is Spicy Fox on woke advertising in a certain area. This is a great one. I don't know if you guys see
I
this.
don't
This is
really
great.
care about all of these identity politic holidays.
This
I
one had
didn't,
to
I
wait.
didn't hear jack shit about Black History Month the entire month of February because of all of this Hogwarts drama. Like, I don't really care about identity holidays, but it's still just kind of like, huh, well, that's a little strange. Shut up and sell me chocolate. I just want to buy chocolate. I got so fucking mad. Holy shit. Hold on, chat.
Here we go. Here it is.
Hold the
This is great.
fucking phone. Let me fucking... I got so fucking mad. All right, I'm gonna TMI a little bit.
By the way,
My
the
Hitachi,
feed cam.
the motor died, and I had to.
Okay, so this is why. Kirsha blew up her Hitachi because she used to. Okay, all right.
Degenerates. You guys degenerates.
Oh, buddy.
To buy a new one, right? And so I went to their website. Can I scroll through this? There's no like illegal on Twitch imagery. Let me just make sure. My Hitachi died and I had to buy a new one. And so I went to their fucking website and I'm immediately fucking met with pleasure persists. Magic Wand was introduced during a significant time of social awareness.
Like the fact that everything has to be made into social justice is so hilarious. Like everything.
A lot has changed since then, including the way we refer to change itself. But no matter how we label societal evolution, our path forward has been paved by those brave enough to recognize the need for progress and demand it. But through it all, there are beloved constants people trust not to change. Happily, this includes the historic pleasure of the magic wand. In fact, for over 50 years, very little about it has changed. As a result, its familiar shape and legendary power have made Magic Wand a cultural icon far more than the first ever massage wand. Magic Wand is representative in individuality, of pleasure, and of power. Revered.
God, guys, I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, literally, like, who's spending time to write? They're paying an employee to write this shit. They're paying someone money to write this shit and put it on their website.
By millions, it transcends planes of culture and gender. It
transcends planes. This thing is on the Chris Chan breaking through the dimensional boundary level here. Breaking through
impact is so great that Time magazine included it on its list of the most influential gadgets of all time. As society continues to march forward towards expanded equality, inclusivity, and justice, Magic Wand will be there because pleasure persists.
Bro.
I just want to have an orgasm! What the fuck are you talking about? Holy shit! Jesus Christ! When I'm looking to fucking give myself an orgasm, I'm not looking for people to be like, oh, the magic wand while it's vibrating on your clitoris. Think of expanded equality and inclusivity. Holy fucking shit!
So thank you for that clip, sending that one to me. That was a good, I get good clips in my inbox, but sometimes I get gold. And that is, of course, some solid gold. My magic wand will pierce the heavens. Yes. There's a song called Magic Stick. We all know what that's about, Billy. We all know what that's about. The truth behind Filian's tale. 20-minute short based. Tenma calls it like it is. Okay. I'll get you that one. Let's do one today. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Reads the website's description, dies from cringe. So true. Marksman says legal. Did you enjoy the Scorpio video history meme? I need to watch it again, Marksman. I'm not gonna fucking Future Boy said for defending gamers, you'll know you'll be labeled as alt-right because clearly all gamers are Yahtzees. Dog forbid we escape politics. Obviously, look, I don't want politics to be political. If that's a political position, well, I'm sorry. But my position is look, if the story is a political parody, which like something like Helldivers, for example, Helldivers in a way has like a little bit of political commentary in it, right? About like, well, in a 1984-esque way of like, well, just because you call it democracy doesn't make it democracy. Sometimes democracy is in fact very Orwellian, is very authoritarian, is very, fascist, whatever, right? Just because you call it that doesn't mean it is that, right? There can be political commentary as part of the game plot, but the primary point shouldn't be to like pull you into real world current day politics. Because when you're playing Helldivers, you're not thinking, oh yeah, this is 2024 America or whatever, right? You're not pulled into that. You're removed from that. And by the way, I don't want it either way. I don't want it to be some sort of, message from the political right or the political left. I just want it to be a good story, right? And the story can have comments on certain topics and issues. That's fine, right? But yeah, if someone's going to call me a Yahtzee or alt-right because I don't want politics in a video game or media or whatever else, well, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm willing to stand for that position. Right? At least for escapism. I think escapism is super important. And I think it's important for everybody. And there's a reason why anime is is across cultures, right? And across language boundaries, because people are identifying with it and they're enjoying it because it's not beholden to the same things as Hollywood and other media, right? Let's see. The magic wand bears a striking resemblance to a spaceship used by Josie and the Pussycats. Coincidence? I think not. Kirsha having a Sargon. I just wanted to play video games moment. Yes. Elwin says, what's next? Is touching myself going to be a call for a movement now? Well, it's a call for a certain type of movement, and that's a movement. Never mind. I'm just going to play this clip.
Did you say I'm hot?
No, because you're ruining my image of your 3D anime Fox World.
I'm sending
Do
you a
not
picture.
ruin my image.
Okay, there.
Wait, so the tail actually goes up your ass?
I don't have a tail! If I sent you a selfie, would you say I'm hot?
No, because you're ruining my image of your 3D anime Fox World.
I'm sending
Do
you a
not
picture.
ruin my image.
Okay, there.
Wait, so the tail actually goes up your ass?
The second that I realized that like a lot of those cosplay tails, how they're attached, I'm like,
Disgusting.
the Gibster says, I think the Niji intern they hired for the vibrator description was reading Socrates while having a good ganja wild trip for anyone looking for a good time. Indeed. Nick Sika says, became a member of the replay gang. Vielen Dank, Nick Sika. Welcome. Zu der Legal Mindset. Welcome. All right, that's what we have for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. It's been really great. I've got a lot of stuff to do today, so I'm running around town, but it's been really great. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Smash the like button. We're at 700 likes, so thank you so much for getting me there. Also, Silbury with this last $2 comment saying, I don't have to worry about part 2 planned. No. Silbury. It's all good. So thank you guys for joining. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for stopping by, whether it's on YouTube or Rumble, and I will catch you on the next one. We'll leave you with
Welcome to Sunny Mind Set 3 チャンネル。どのパフパフ。はいです。